is Cooking with Nathan, and this is
Natasha. Inamorata. Inamorata. I know, it's a weird word.
Inamorata.
Yeah.
So is it like one word or multiple words squished together, or is that actually one word?
It's an Italian word. Apparently, it roughly translates to paramour.
I was hoping you were going to say something like really dumb. Like,
yeah.
It's an Italian word roughly translated to
Turkey
like
leg.
fish semen. I don't know. Like,
I mean, that would have been much more interesting with story. But
would you tell them what you're going to be learning how to cook today?
Gonna be learning how to cook jambalaya, which I'm very excited about.
And also, we were going to make a jambalaya with a bunch of exotic meats, but store had it was all frozen, and I didn't want to defrost it. We already had to defrost some other shits.
Nathan failed to bring the meat, is what he's saying.
Yeah, it's one of those days. Premature problems. You know, it just happens. Don't worry about it. But first, what we're gonna do, I think we let the chicken marinate first, right?
Yes.
Boom. So, yeah, cut that open. We're gonna see what this looks like.
Okay.
Excuse me. So you're a photographer, and you just started in the porn business.
Yes, I've been in it for roughly like 6 months now.
Yeah, let's see how thick these things are.
Oh
no, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get like 4 of those in there.
Okay.
How is that like? Because like no, let's start with differently. Jesus Christ, I'm burping. What'd you do before you got into porn? Besides, you're a photographer. Did you do glamour? What'd you do?
So before I got into specifically the adult industry, I was working with mostly escorts, so other types of sex workers.
Oh, okay.
Which was a journey in itself. I did that for like 4 years-ish, because I started in New York City.
Oh.
Then when I moved out to LA, I met my current crew. And how much of this?
A little bit.
Little
pinch and a shake.
More?
A little more.
A little more?
Little more.
No. Okay.
Bammo. That's good.
Okay. But yeah, moved out to LA mid-COVID, met the director I work with a lot, Ricky, and he basically threw me on a set and was like, I guess you're here now.
Yeah. First set was on Grinders, guys. Actually, one of the big movies we got nominated a bunch for this this coming up AVN. Woo!
Yeah, which was quite an experience. Nathan almost hit me in the face with his dick on that set. I don't know if you remember that.
Accidentally. What time? So there was times that you don't remember.
It was it was a sex scene you shot with Lily and Vanna. Yeah. And also the first sex scene that I shot.
Wait,
yeah.
Keep, how was that? What was that like, actually having to watch people fornicate in front of you?
Oh, devious.
Devious? Devious in a bad or devious in a good?
Not devious, deviant.
Ah.
Man of voyeur awoken.
Oh, so you quite enjoyed it.
Of course. I mean, yeah, it's fun to watch people have sex. It is.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. All right. Like this much? More? I think he just likes watching my handshake.
So nice. Yeah, like, so you're in the room, first time actually seeing, like, besides a playtime kind of a thing, first time you actually seen something like this.
Yeah.
Let's just put garlic powder on there. Do a little bit of that.
Okay. Not mixed it with my hands yet.
No. And let's do a little chili powder.
Yeah. Chili powder too. How much chili powder are we doing?
More. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, now mix that fucker up.
Sweet. But yeah, it was a very interesting experience, and also like Ricky's a wonderful human, but he did not give me very much direction, and so like I asked him beforehand, and I was like, hey, like what do you want? He's like I just want something different. Do what you do. Like I have no notes, and I was like, okay, so I'm just like kind of being thrown into the fire, hoping that whatever I get.
So unlike Ricky with saying no notes, I have some notes. Let's stop real fast. We're not folding this, okay? Get your hands in there, stir it around.
Fuck it up.
Yeah, it's like you're getting it all over the place. Say hi to
Artsy Cade?
Huh.
Love that. Hello, Artsy Cade.
So yeah, that's what you do. Get your hands in there. We're not fancy here. Use them. Just smash it up.
Just getting into it. From the Midwest, I should know this.
Yeah, come on. Now you can go wash your hands.
All right, BRB.
Yeah. Don't you just love the smell of raw chicken?
Delicious.
Guys, and fun fact, I think this is moving a lot smoother nowadays than it used to, so very happy. The fine Lord's giving me the tools. Thank you. Oh, okay. So chicken, that. Now let's move on to the vegetables.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're talking about like being on set for the porn scene first time. Interesting. Ricky wasn't giving you information how to do it. And how did you think that day came out for you?
It was a journey. Yeah. I was like, because it's one of those things, like when you're first doing a job, you kind of have like the imposter syndrome where you're like, is what I'm doing enough? Is this what they want? Luckily, Ricky told me the next morning, he's like, oh yeah, I sent the photos off to the production company. They love them, like da-da-da. So I was like, okay, cool. Guess I'm doing something right.
You definitely. So with this, you cut.
Yeah, are we just going down?
Yeah, we're just going to cut off like.
No? Okay.
No. Here, knuckle, here, okay?
Yes.
This protects all the fingers. You're here, you can cut your finger. Okay. So here.
Okay.
And like about that big because it's Cajun, doesn't fucking matter. Okay. You can have like a little thicker chop.
Get chunky. I like chunky veggies.
Yeah, right? Oh, but continue.
Yeah, so like I had a little imposter syndrome, was really nervous about it, but like it all turned out okay. Apparently everyone loved what I did, so I was like, okay, cool.
One of my favorite pictures of a threesome was by her.
Yeah, that photo, it's still one of my favorite images I've taken of a sex scene. I can post it later.
Oh yeah, please.
But yeah, it was quite an experience. It was a lot of fun, and it was also the type of thing where like I was with a totally new crew, and most of the people on the crew are men, and I don't know, it kind of felt like maybe Ricky had told them that like, hey, like take it easy, she's new. I wasn't explicitly told that, but everyone I could tell was kind of like tiptoeing around me a little bit.
Yeah. I think they told me that after I was like, all right, wait, are you talent? I think I said that to you first.
Yeah, I get mistaken for talent a lot on sets, I feel like.
Well, you're pretty.
Aw.
So let's help me get these fucking things off.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than you get through cutting everything up and
yeah, you find that
you found that you just sliced up a bunch of goddamn stickers.
Exactly.
So would you like a heads up on this, or you think you got it?
The peppers?
Yeah.
I think are we doing lengthwise, or are we doing...
So it's just basically a similar thing. We're gonna...
Are we doing strips? That's what I was asking. Are we doing strips, or are we doing like rounds?
Let's say, boom. Like
okay.
That. Yeah. You don't. It can be a little bigger, a little smaller, but what I would do is I'd cut all this crap out.
Yeah, of course.
And then, yeah. I'll fucking hit it. I'll get all that stuff out so you can do all that shit. What? Move.
Yeah, I could tell, like, the crew kind of felt like they were tiptoeing around me a little bit, so my sense of humor is I just like to make people feel awkward. Mm-hmm. So I just kept making, like, random comments that could easily be spun into sexual innuendos. Mm-hmm. And they would all, like, it got to the point where, like, they would kind of, like, look at me and, like, couldn't tell if I was, like, doing it on purpose or not.
Yeah. That's right, because I think Ricky told me, like, hey, she's new, don't scare her.
Don't scare her away.
I think that was something that he did say. Or maybe that was or maybe that was just my own thought, because I was like, oh, this is a good person. They still aren't broken like everyone else here.
Oh, I hope not. But yeah, like I think on like maybe the second to last day, one of the crew members asked if I had my laptop, and I like looked at him and I was like, yeah, I got all 17 inches of it in my backpack. I can whip it out for you.
Oh.
And they just like, they looked at me and like, I was like, I'm fucking with you guys. Like, that was when they finally got, they're like, oh, she's cool. She's chill. Okay.
So, you like it so far, huh?
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy what I do. The industry has been, I don't know. For me, it's been good. Like I've worked on mainstream things too. Mm-hmm. And it's just a much different environment. You're not required to be as like politically correct.
Yeah.
And there's not like, it doesn't feel like there's like a ranking on a crew, which is like really nice. Yeah. Oh, you want to grab?
Yeah, there's no SAG telling you it's like you can only do this many times, like this or this. If you go touch those person's cords, they will kill you.
Exactly.
They'll crucify you to that wall, dead, fucking dead.
If you accidentally mumble at someone, you're fired.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been interesting. And since I've been working with Ricky, I've had, other opportunities. I met with a couple different production companies here or there, and hopefully I'll get hired and stuff in the future. But I'm very excited. Don't want to name anyone yet.
Yeah, but don't worry about it. We're not going to judge. Might judge a lot.
Not for judging. I just don't want to jinx anything.
Yeah, I get you. Oh, let me pull this out so I don't forget this shit. Oh my God, I'm losing my head today. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
You know what I'm saying?
Same. We both screamed a lot last night.
Oh, so much screaming. Oh yeah, guys, if you're wondering, we all went to the Ricky Greenwood, I don't want to say rap party.
It was a crew holiday party.
Crew holiday party, which I was not invited to. But I made sure I went to. And then we went to karaoke after bowling, and we began to sing a lot of songs metal that weren't made for metal. Good times.
Famously did a cover of She's So High.
Oh, yeah.
And screamed the entire thing.
And it was glorious, guys. I'm not sure if there's any metal bands out there looking for new lead singers. Maybe Lamb of God or something. Yeah. Ashes of the Wake. I don't know. Fucking whatever.
One song is my limit before I lose my voice.
Well,
but
hey, it just takes practice. It takes time. And practice. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna slice these up real nice and thin, not too thin. Now, guys, these are the ones I could get. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the ones I really want to. But what are you gonna do? There you go. Yeah, cut those bad boys out. So, what's this I hear about? Are you a polyamorous type of person?
Yeah, I've kind of been in that lifestyle for, I guess longer than I haven't been. Mm-hmm. I've been in open type relationships pretty much since I was, 21.
A young lass?
Yeah, nice. A young lass. Not 21, probably 22.
How old are you now?
It's a rude question, Nathan.
Is it?
I'm 31.
You are?
Uh-huh.
No shit.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Did you not think that?
I don't know. I stopped trying to figure out how old fucking people are because I work with 18-year-olds and I work with 80-year-olds, and I don't fucking know sometimes. There's some people that I'm like, you look 70, but you're 33? I don't fucking know. There's some people who don't look great. It is what it is.
So what does that mean about the way I look?
Oh, you look very young. Okay. You have a very youthful smile.
Good, yes. Good. I like hearing that.
A very, I don't know what the French word for it is.
Je ne sais quoi. I don't know.
Yeah, je ne sais quoi. Yeah, that's the right one, right? God, those smell really good.
I think that literally translates to I don't know what.
Okay, then the Spanish version's chingo there.
Sure.
That's what it is. That fucking thing over there. Hey, is that not the right word? Okay, if it's not the right word, then I've been lied to for a very long time.
You're right on that.
It's that fucking thing over there. Chingo there.
I just didn't know, so I wasn't judging.
So what you're gonna do is here, like that. And we're gonna try to get these about that size at an angle.
Okay.
So if you use your knuckle, that knuckle right there, and measure it out a little thicker, right there.
There? Okay.
Yeah. Boom.
Eighth of an inch?
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I don't have to deal with things that small, so. I'm lying.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. It's fucking weird. Okay, so you've been polyamorous relationships or open relationships for a while.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have a very tough time with that idea.
Uh-huh.
What made that easy for you to transition from, I'd say, the normal of what most humans in the world think is normal to being someone who's a little bit more openly flowing with their sexuality, I guess you could say. I don't know, sexuality is not the right word to use, but like, yeah.
Yeah, it's really just the way that you, I have to organize the way that like you prioritize relationships in your life. Because for me, even like, I don't know, some of my friend relationships kind of bleed into more like sexual relationships, but they're still relationships. So I kind of view like all my relationships in my life to be important, regardless if it's a sexual connection or not.
Okay.
But I mean, as far as like making that easy and transitioning to that, nothing made that easy.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like let's say like the first time this happened. Like was it college? Was it?
So it was when I had first moved to St. Louis after college. I'm from a very small town. But I met this guy. Probably shouldn't say his name. He's married with a wife now. He's still a dear friend of mine.
Tom Jones.
Yeah, Tom Jones. Call him John.
Yeah.
Tom. John Tom. That works too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I met him and like we had a really good like connection. But it just was not something that was gonna be like an end all be all for either of us, and we knew that. And like we got really, really close and also like had a sexual connection, and it became just like kind of fluidly, kind of naturally evolved into that. And we were just very open with each other about like communicating who we were with and like being safe, because like being safe and like safer sex practices were really like the most important things.
I think so, yes.
And yeah. And then from that was kind of like I didn't have the language of like poly or any of that. And then got into a very monogamous relationship for 4 years, which did not work out. And then after him and I ended things, I kind of started diving into multiple relationships stuff, because I ended like probably 3 or 4 very close relationships for that person to be monogamous. And learned a tough lesson that like you lose people in your life when you do that.
Yeah. Question. So the difficult, like, you took, how long were you with the person when you wanted to open up the relationship? Like the first one?
With Tom, quote unquote.
Yeah, Tom.
I think we had been seeing each other, like, I mean, we kind of knew immediately like it wasn't going to be a long-term thing for either of us.
Yeah.
But he's wound up being like one of my very close friends for years and years and years now. So like the friendship lasted, but like the sexual connection did not. And I don't know, he just kind of like told me like the second or third date that we met, he was like, yeah, he's like, I like you, you're great. Like, I definitely want to be friends with you, blah, blah, blah. But like, I still want to see other people. And I was like, cool, I'd like to do that too. And it was very organic. So it wasn't like we were in a serious relationship and then like blew open the doors.
Gotcha.
You know, which I feel like it can be a very tough transition.
Yes. So first one, it actually started out very fluidly, but then the second relationship, it kind of made it go back into that whole idea of, let me turn this down a smidge. Like, let's make this just about us. This is what we're doing. How was that change? It's gotta have been hard going from like, very like starting on this path, going down this way, and then all of a sudden, nope, done. It's gotta be a tough one for you to go.
Yeah, it was really intense. So the guy that I met, he was foreign, and like I met him in St. Louis, and he was only in St. Louis for like 2 nights, and we had what I thought was going to be a one-night stand. And so I was driving, I literally drove him to his hotel and then like to the airport the next day. And I was like, peace, see you later. Have fun in Europe, buddy. And he's like, we should hang out again sometime. And I'm like, you live in Europe, like, that's no, okay, dude. You know, did not even put a grain of salt to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you have my number. And then, he hit me up 2 days later, and he's like, how do you feel about the American Southwest? Which I had never been there at that point in my life. And I was like, I mean, I feel great about it. And he goes, okay, I'll fly you out. So our like first date was a steak dinner. Our second date was hiking through most of Utah and Arizona for a week.
Solid.
And so like he made very consistent effort and like literally flew around the world 6 times in like 6 months to see me, and then was like, I want to be serious and exclusive. And I was like, I have other relationships. And he's like, well, if I'm gonna do this, like I can only do it exclusively. And so I'm like, okay. So I kind of like gave up a little power in that way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
God, and Dewey smells good.
Yeah, it smells incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was difficult. It was really hard, but I also moved almost immediately after that. So I went and spent, so we were long distance for like 6 months, and then I went and spent 4 months with him in Europe, traveled all around Europe and through a lot of Africa with him, and then moved to New York City.
Okay, so like, even with like all things you did give up, that was actually still pretty solid memories though.
Yeah, well, it was worth it, yeah. I don't regret any of it. It was a journey, and like I got so much out of that relationship. Yeah. But yeah, like you do like a lot of my other partners were not happy with that decision because they're like, great, I'm never going to see you again and we're never going to have that same connection again, which is difficult for people to make transitions like that.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you're already in the thing where it's like, we're having that.
Yeah, exactly. When you're already in the thick of that, and it's like, yeah, this isn't changing. And like even with poly relationships now, or I don't even know if I'd call it poly, I'd call it more like ethical non-monogamy, because everybody kind of has their own definition of what everything is.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. You get to design the types of relationships that work for you. And it can be on any level. It could be anything from like bringing a third in occasionally to having full on like living with other people and raising kids together.
Yeah.
And everyone's brand of it is different, and I'm in no way an ambassador like of talking about it, other than to my own experience.
You're an ambassador right now. Kinda.
On Nathan's show.
Well, you gotta remember, it's like most people who come on are sex workers, so it's like we are already like whether we like it or not in that world.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, most of the people who talk about it on the show are kind of not the best ambassadors. I've had girls be like, if I saw my partner even look at another guy, I'd freak out. Then I've had people be like, let's just be loving on everyone.
Yeah.
Robbie. You know? it's like you have the huge spectrum of like, just love, bro.
Yeah.
And then
just feel
if you even look at anyone else while I'm fucking other people, I will murder you. So it's nice to have someone, whether or not you're an ambassador or not, it's still nice to have that understanding from someone else who's not actually taking dick in a movie.
That's true.
Or for money.
Yeah. So. And like the whole argument with sex workers is really hard too, because you know, whether you are in like technically like a monogamous relationship with your partner other than work, it's still stuff you have to deal with. Because like it happens with escorts too, where it's like they literally have their clients, like, and their clients are their clients, and their relationships are their relationships, and their clients aren't going to fulfill those needs that are in the relationship. No. Like they have to show up and they're doing a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really interesting, like knowing a lot of sex workers now and like understanding their relationship dynamics and how they set things up, and seeing all the different versions of how people design their relationships and their lifestyles is always super fascinating to me.
Yeah.
And I also, it takes a community to be in an open relationship.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you have to understand that like where your boundaries are, and being able to talk that out with like-minded people is really important. And it's a journey for sure. Yeah. Still learning.
I think that's the interesting thing about, like, at least from my experience with polyamory or an open relationship, you'll never have it really figured out. It's always a thing you're constantly learning at. It's kind of like cooking to me. Because I have a pretty good grasp on this
situation.
Kinda. But saying that, I still don't.
That's fair.
You just don't know. It's like
and sometimes you fuck up on things. You're like, I don't know what went wrong.
Well, it's like sometimes I just fucked up because I fucked up, but there's sometimes where I'm like, you know. And so it's like, and the same thing, because whenever, just like cooking, it's like when you bring other people's emotion and lifestyle into a thing with you, you're bringing multiple emotions into a thing.
Yeah.
And not everyone had the same experience as you did, and so they're all trying to shove that into your face, and you're trying to shove whatever you have in their face, and that's not even sexual. That's just sometimes just emotions.
Yeah. That's the most difficult thing about polyamory, I think, and like it also comes with the growth with it, which is
brown.
I do.
That's
it's
where
like
we're
getting
wanting
caramelized.
To be. Yeah, that's where we're wanting to be, because
it looks fucking delicious.
Then we're gonna pull that out and do the vegetables.
Oh, and do it in like the sausage grease.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then what we're also gonna do is we're gonna saute the rice with a little bit duck fat.
Oh.
And we're gonna crisp that up and then dump it in there with some chicken stock.
Getting weirdly turned on right now.
Oh yeah. I've had girls ask me before scenes, talk to them about food instead of actual sex, because it works a lot better. I'm probably a lot better cook than I am at sex.
That's amazing.
Hey.
Nathan has a lot of sex. I've borne witness to it.
Yeah. I need to get a new hip. This started to really hurt my back.
Give him a high five after every scene.
Yeah, thank you. It's like sometimes it's the thing I need, because there's times I think I've worked on your guys' set where I'm just like this. Well, that was.
Yeah.
And it's not like on my side it was bad. And that's not me trying to toot my own horn. The person I was working with, I was just like, Why are you here? This is
No, so there's just days when like people feel off or like something's just going wrong, and it's just.
Particular, the one
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was someone's birthday. I don't know.
It was.
Someone in this room. Who knows? Weird. That was a terrible day. Yeah. Glad your cake was good.
It was a great cake.
It was a great cake.
He had his cake and he ate it too.
Yeah, right.
Kind of.
Do you find a lot, because when you're on set all day, you're kind of a fly on the wall when it comes to hearing all the things that are happening, right?
Yes.
Do you find it interesting from your experience as a polyamorous person to seeing all the dumb shit that happens on set with the people and the way they communicate with each other?
I don't know if I call it like dumb shit.
I'll call it dumb shit. That's fine.
Well, I don't know that I've necessarily experienced a lot of the dumb shit. 'Cause when people start, I don't know. I've had a few occasions where people start venting, and I'm also the type of person like when people get around me, they just like kind of tell me all their secrets.
Yeah.
And most people are very sweet and very kind, but some people will just start dumping. And like when that happens, I just kind of like I listen, I hold space, and then I'm like, okay, just don't ever repeat it again. But yeah, it's interesting, and like some of the things that like hearing like boundaries that like their partner set, and then like having them put that into their livelihood is always interesting, because I feel like that's something like I'm not a sex worker, so I can't put myself in those shoes.
Yeah.
But also like I think of it as like, okay, this is our livelihood that's literally paying our bills, and you're asking me not to do this thing that's going to basically take money out of our pockets.
Yeah.
And that's always interesting too, to like see where the boundaries lie, and like.
Could you give an example so like a little more understanding, because it's like I think I understand, but they may not.
Yeah, like I mean, some of the like I've worked with trans performers a lot.
Yeah.
And some of like the male talent that works with trans performers, like their partners don't want them to do straight scenes. They'll only let them do like trans and gay scenes.
Oh, because it's a female.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I've heard that. I was like, that's such a.
It's
weird.
Yeah, I'm just like that's an interesting place to draw a line, because at the end of the day, you're still having sex.
Yeah.
But I mean, especially some of the trans performers I worked with, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, there's some out there. I'm like, Jesus.
So beautiful.
How many makeup tutorials did you watch? Jesus, good job.
I mean, I've seen some people without makeup, and I'm just like, girl. Yeah. And some of them are just like unbelievably sexy. Like, I don't know. Like Jade Venus is like one of the people that like I've worked with a couple times, and she does this like curl lip thing where I'm like, no one else would look hot with that facial expression, but she does it, and I'm like,
could you give us an example?
like a. I feel like no one else could look hot and do that, but when she does it, it's like, okay, you're like giving everything right now. It's like half like. It's like a curly lip thing. I do not look nearly as good as she does.
I'm not even sure who the person is. You're nailing it.
Nailing it. Yeah, I will never be as pretty as Jade.
I think mine is. Babe, what is the face? I like squint. Do I like what I do like with my face and my lips when I'm fucking? Yeah. Yeah, it's all the time. I'm just working out. Oh yeah.
Hey.
It's a good fit.
Yep. Yep. That's very close to it.
Censorship. Yeah, it's kind of like get some.
Yeah.
You like that cock? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wait, is she friends with what's the one that I had on the show already? Ariel Demir?
Yeah.
Oh, she was supposed to come on the fucking show.
Aw, get on here, Jade.
Flaked. I think it was her.
Yeah, Jade's lovely. Ariel's lovely too.
Yeah.
She's also one of my favorite talent to work with, and like Brittany Cade also. Like all three of them, like they're ridiculously hot.
God, that looks so good.
Yeah. This almost looks like, it reminds me of like Maduro's.
So let's get that.
It's all caramelized.
Can you do me a favor?
Sweater off now. I'm getting warm.
Yeah. Oh, what's that shirt? That's a very interesting shirt. What is that about?
So
Not that all this is scripted.
It hints at my inherent nerdiness, but also it's from the book Sex at Dawn, which was written by Chris Ryan. And I met Chris Ryan during COVID, and he gave me this lovely tank top. Yeah, so 96.9% bonobo, which if you don't know...
Oh, bonobo chimps?
So they're a species of chimpanzee from, I think, the Congo of Africa. In Salonga National Park. And they are our closest living relatives and have crazy, crazy sexualities.
What do you mean by crazy sexualities?
They all fuck. They're very egalitarian.
What?
They have a matriarchy.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're female-led. The only taboo in sex for them...
Females can lead stuff?
Right?
Weird.
With their periods and everything.
I'm joking, guys.
But the only taboo in their communities is, I think it's mother to son. That's the only one they won't do.
But they'll do dad to daughter?
I don't necessarily think it's allowed because the males are all beta. So all the males are kind of secondary citizens in bonobo family groups.
Okay.
They just kind of trail behind. So the females will go and get sex when they want it, but otherwise the males are just kind of there waiting around here. Yeah. The best service subs. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
BDSM jokes.
Yeah.
Can't help myself.
Oh, fuck yeah. So this guy's book's about bonobo chimps and how humans are close to that.
Yeah, it's one of the. It's basically a book about all the evidence that supports that humans didn't necessarily evolve to be monogamous, and that monogamy is more of a societal construct than it is the way we inherently are.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, even the examples of monogamy in the animal world aren't even really examples of monogamy. Because penguins, for example, they supposedly mate for life, but it actually turns out they only mate for as long as the kids are in the house. And then they will go their separate ways.
Just like humans. Fuck.
Right? Stay together for the kids. That might be that might be something we evolved to do.
I think we need more onions. I'm a big fan of onions. Do you like onions?
I don't hate onions. I like them when they're sauteed and caramelized.
No,
I like onions this.
That's what we're fucking doing.
I don't like raw onion.
Yeah, gross. But also, how dare you? You know what? What do you get? Another... let's see. No, we'll just do this. Yeah. Alexa, here, you cut this one up.
Cool. Nathan just wants to make me cry on camera. It's fine.
No. That's not my goals in life. Oh, yeah.
False.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, puppy.
But yeah. Sex Dawn, great book, especially if you're into human sexuality.
It is something that apparently a lot of people on this show are watching for, so...
Yeah.
Until I start inviting a lot more people that aren't...
in that
sex workers.
In that realm.
Yeah, because so far we've had 3 people on the show that aren't even close. But even then, I guess you could say at a certain point we're all sex workers because of work.
Yeah.
But one guy
we all sell our time for money.
Yeah, one guy was a special effects makeup artist. One person was a comedian. And then one person was a parkour athlete. So.
Love that.
And so you're number 4. But also you do work in...
Yeah, I'm adjacent.
Yeah, you're adjacent too, so I'm not sure how much we want to, call you not.
It's fair.
And also,
I'm in the
you're a
industry.
whore in your own right. So
I am. Happily whoring.
Yeah.
It's 1991. I need to put that on a t-shirt. That's amazing.
Happily whoring since 1991.
It's the next tank top that's going to be on the show.
Good. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll just start doing a thing where it's people just write quotes. We'll put them on shirts, sell them on the...
Yeah, merch ideas.
Yeah, merch ideas.
I'm great at that. Still involved with a lot of these.
All right. And guys, also, we are going to be... we're making a lot of this because we want to make sure that she's represented at a thing tonight an art thing, an art establishment for Robbie Echo.
I love Robbie.
Love Robbie.
And Robbie loves everyone.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'm really, really trying to work on making that not a reality. I'm like, no, Robbie, no, you don't. Come on, hate me.
God, I can't see Robbie actively hating anyone.
It's a bummer. You want to stir that up and get all the sauces everywhere?
I suppose.
Please, oh please.
I think I would have held off on putting the peppers in there.
Huh?
I think I would have held off on putting the peppers
Why
in there.
would you say that?
Just to let like the onions cook down with the celery a little bit.
Well, see, here's the
and
nice thing
then
about
you,
this whole
leave
thing.
The peppers chunky.
Here's the nice thing about this whole thing is they're all gonna be in liquid for a while cooking.
Oh, okay.
So
doesn't matter.
everything's gonna get a little bit more mush than like.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Flavor based.
What do you think?
Jalapeno. The correct American pronunciation
Yeah,
of that.
obviously. Would you like some jalapeno?
I would like some jalapeno. I like
Whole
some
half?
jalapeno. Let's do a half, just in case. You never know. Never know how intense they're gonna be.
You don't.
Yeah, I'll let you do the jalapeno barehanded.
Don't worry. I did one the other day where I touched my balls a little bit later, and that felt great. No.
It's always a happy accident.
All right. You know, fingering your butthole, and all of a sudden you're like, "Whoa, that's real hot, harder than I thought."
Hot in a different way.
So, where'd you become a photographer, or like, how did that start?
So I've been getting paid for photography pretty much since I was 18. I started doing, so I grew up in a small town, so I started doing like senior portraits and like family stuff.
Oh, by the way, that fat.
Love that. Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then basically after college, I started working for a wedding photographer in St. Louis as a retoucher. And figured out very quickly that I do not like having a boss.
Yep.
It was not a lot of fun for me. So I then started freelancing in production photography. And I started doing a lot of like PA work and did some styling and did some camera assisting for a major like production company out of St. Louis, and worked with like some of the biggest brands in the US. And those photographers that were at that production house, they did such a good job of like taking me under their wing in a big way, and like making sure that like, even though I was like I said, with mainstream stuff, there's always like the totem pole.
Yes.
And like the people you can't talk to, but since it was in a smaller town and people were just like more inherently friendly and it was a much closer crew, I didn't have to like jump through all the hoops to like have access to like learn stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of the photographers there, like they would invite me in to like learn how to retouch better and like learn how to shoot better and explain lighting stuff to me and all the stuff.
Oh, so it's not like an
So-
LA film crew.
Exactly.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So I got a lot of opportunity there, and I'm so grateful for that. I've had a lot of people like really like put themselves out there for me along the way. Which one thing I've learned is like when you get an opportunity, like 90% of it is showing up.
Yes.
And then when I moved to New York, I started shooting, and I did a lot of pets and animals there. Worked for like the American Kennel Club for a couple years.
What is that?
American Kennel Club?
Yeah.
So they are a like dog breeding organization, I guess. They like put on the Westminster Dog Show that's on Thanksgiving every year.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, or not Thanksgiving, beginning of the year every
Yeah.
year. Yeah, they were a great crew to work with, so I got to work with lots of dogs. I have a degree in zoology, which is also a weird
What?
thing about me.
What?
Yeah.
But okay, let's start. So let's pretend. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what that means. But let's pretend I don't. Okay. And-
Zoology is the study of animals.
well, no, I got that. But like, you got a degree in it. So like, is that like, what would you do with the degree? Would you like you have to work at a zoo or like what? Like,
So, I mean, that was the thing. My parents are very kind of traditional and
Yeah.
more conservative. And so when I went to college, they did help me pay for it. But kind of the agreement was if I went to college, I had to get a real degree. And art was not a real degree to them.
okay.
So I was like, I'll do zoology. And when I was little, I wanted to be Steve Irwin. And kind of the backup plan, if art didn't work out, was I was going to go to vet school.
Who didn't want to be Steve Irwin, right?
Right? It was also before his tragic death, which
Oh.
still mourning that man.
Oh, dude. Saw a picture of his kid the other day. God, is that
Robert?
not fucking look exactly
Oh
like
my
him?
lord. Every time I see a new photo of him, I like freak out about
Yeah.
it. He looks so much like his dad. It's unreal.
And I'll like, so you're 31, I'm 34. It's like, I don't think people really understood what like kind of a huge fucking piece of the world that guy was for a long time.
Oh my god, he's incredible. And the amazing stuff that he did for like conservation and like, yeah, he was just an amazing, amazing human. Yeah.
I'm just pulling off the tails.
Yeah. Detailing.
Yeah.
But yeah, wrestling an alligator is still on my bucket list.
Oh yeah.
I've held ones before.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We almost got some today to cook.
Really? Some
Yeah.
gator?
Mm-hmm.
Gator's delicious.
Gator is.
Yeah, as long as you get them the right size and with the right feeding.
Yeah. Because I'm sure there's some when they like go and eat a bunch of crap.
Yeah, it's like a raccoon. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, I'm sure a raccoon can taste good if it has a decent diet, but
Yeah.
I would never eat an LA raccoon.
No.
Like an LA squirrel or like a New York City squirrel.
Yeah. My plan is actually go hunting up in the hills around here just to go get rabbit.
Rabbit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna be a lot nicer to eat because they're eating.
Oh
more
yeah, you
rabbits
gotta
than
like
fucking
get
meat.
up in the mountains though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I got 22, so I can go do that now because I want to teach that stupid dog where is she over there.
Her ratting instincts.
Yeah, I want to see if she can actually do that.
That'd be interesting. She can flush them out.
Well, they're fucking around around like running around. So I figure if I hit with a 22, and then she can go get it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just reason to actually have that dog to make it so she's not just this little soft thing that I love to touch.
Working.
Not touch like that, but I love her.
Everyone's making it so weird.
Yeah. Guys, can you stop making this weird for us?
Trying to be professional here.
Yeah, God. We're making fish stuff. Where's the rest? Wait, there's one.
But yeah, I worked with my uncle who was a veterinarian for several years growing up, and then worked at zoos in college, and that was fun. And then, then when I started traveling, it was nice because then I had the credentials to like go to different animal sanctuaries all over the world.
Oh,
And
nice.
I worked with like orangutans in Bukit Lawang, and I worked with the National Tiger Sanctuary for a long time. Like
Which one?
the one in Branson, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're such an amazing organization. Check them out. Not like Tiger King.
Would you mind stirring that real fast?
Yes.
I'm gonna do a lot of tags on this video.
Okay. Shout out here, shout out there. How we looking?
Delicious.
Yeah. Let's go and do a little something. Let's do, a little salt. Deal with this goddamn thing. There's that.
Pink Himalayan salt.
Yes, ma'am.
We fancy here.
Not that fancy. There's that.
There we are.
We're so fancy. You're nothing but fanciness in Nathan Bronson's actual kitchen. That's really just tip top stuff. Not
I would call it a culinary institution.
yeah, not a garage at all.
Garage.
Garage. Going places. I even leave the lid off right now.
Okay.
Yeah, just because.
Set her down.
Yeah, now we're gonna start kind of trying to make a crust on this thing.
Yeah.
Do you eat a lot of Cajun food?
I love Cajun food. It's hard to find good Cajun food though, unless you are in Louisiana.
Yeah, there's not very many LA branches of Cajun food. There's a place down the street that
It's fine.
it's just whatever.
And it's like also like Cajun and Creole food, like it requires the fresh ingredient. It's like Thai food. Like it just requires those fresh ingredients.
Yeah.
And to like be close to the source of it. Like crawdads are like one of my favorite. I will go mad at a crawfish boil, but it's hard to find that.
It is. It's not the easiest type of
There's a very specific Cajun way to like make it, and
boom. And then boom, boom.
ooh, I'm gonna sneeze. Those onions.
Don't do that. And now you know what?
You said that and it stopped. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's turn that fucker up high now.
Get it.
And let us burn this bitch. The thing that I love most about Cajun food is it's two different things. It's French cuisine, African cuisine, shoved together, and let's burn it and make it better.
Yep.
I fucking love it.
Yep.
I think the whole idea around Cajun food is great. And has also given me many a times to make really fun jokes about if we burn it, it's Cajun.
That makes sense.
Yeah, right?
Burn it, add seafood and chili powder, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love Cajun food. Last time I was down south, I went to a crawfish boil in like Jackson, Mississippi.
Oh.
And it was probably some of the most incredible crawfish I've ever had. And it was like out on the outskirts of Jackson, because one of my clients was based there for a while.
So do you, you just pretty much travel for like photography now, right?
Yeah, photography is all I do. And I work primarily with sex workers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do they just fly you around, or do you just be like, hey, I'm gonna be in this town, does anybody want to come?
I used to tour a lot when I was like building a lot of clientele.
Yeah.
But at this point now I don't really need to do that, which is nice. But a lot of my clients, like, they want to shoot at all these crazy locations, which if you look at my portfolio, you'll see that like I've shot at all these insane like nature locations like all around the world now.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like, they like want to up the ante, which is a lot of fun. And I'm also very equipped to like go on like extended hikes and do stuff. So like I did a shoot like at the Wave in Arizona, which is like you have to enter
Wave?
for like a lottery to like even get a permit to go there.
What's the Wave?
It's at Coyote Buttes, and it's up like the Arizona-Utah border.
Okay.
And you've seen photos of it. It's incredibly beautiful.
Probably most likely have seen.
Yeah, it's like on screensavers everywhere, but they only allow 60 people to go a day.
Why?
So you have to like go and like enter a lottery in person. Like it's a whole thing. We waited 4 days to like win the lottery to go.
Oh shit. All right.
Yeah, and my client just like rented a van and we just camped out and then like did hot springs there, and like we did another shoot at like sand dunes there, the coral pink sand dunes are right there. And like did other things while we were waiting, and then we finally won the lottery on the 4th day, and we're like, hell yeah, we're going.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so like that was a lot of fun. I just had 2 clients fly me out to like North Carolina for a couple days.
That chicken smells so goddamn good for Chad.
Yeah. Oh. Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all.
Wish that was for the. I wish that was for the food today, but it's not.
And then I had another client like fly me to Ireland.
Yeah.
And then once I was over there, Europe's so easy to hop around that I just like went to Barcelona and Frankfurt and had clients in other places that just like picked up and hired me while I was there.
Nice.
So that was really cool.
When you're traveling, what do you find is your like? Because I know I've been having this problem when I want to go someplace and I need to take my camera gear, right?
Uh-huh.
One of the things I've been having a hard time with is trying to figure out what to bring. You know, in your heavy experience of traveling and going to different environments, having to hike with this, that, what do you think is the most important things to take as a what kind of photographer would you call yourself?
I mean, now
Beauty.
I don't even. It would be definitely not beauty. That's more like makeup and stuff like that. I would say boudoir, but like with a heavy lifestyle emphasis.
Okay.
Because I do like a lot of doo-doo.
I do a lot of doo-doo. I was like, scat porn? Really? Oh. Never would have taken you for one of them. Right?
But I do like a lot of like artful nudes and like a lot of like lingerie, like outdoors and yeah, like all like crazy locations and stuff is like my favorite things to do. Like, and I love doing anything that's like exhibitionist.
Okay.
So like I'll have, what is it? We did a mansion with 2 of my clients that are dominatrixes, and they had one of their slaves come, and like, it's like, I don't know, like Kink Digest is what it looks like, because we're like in this giant mansion in the hills, and they're like leading this guy up with like his green like leather collar and his matching like jock strap up this like flight of stairs that he's crawling up. It's incredible. But like exhibitionist and stuff like that, like I do. So I don't even know if I really fall into like a necessarily like category.
Yeah.
But as far as like what I pack and what I bring.
Wait, grab that one.
Yep.
Switch.
I keep my camera equipment very small.
Okay.
I work mostly with natural and available light.
So you don't shoot at night?
I do, but with available light.
Gotcha.
So like I used to shoot at night in New York City all the time because there's areas you can go where it's well lit up, and also it's a matter of learning how to use your camera in those settings to make it look good. Like if you want motion blurs, if you want it to be just really dark and moody, and understanding what time of day to shoot at to get those things. So I like, when I have clients, a lot of times I'll talk through, they're like, I want this specific look. And if it's something that it's like, I just want this location, that's normally what it is. And I'm like, okay, we can go and use that location and I'll get you something that's awesome.
Okay. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dump this in there and we're gonna try to brown the rice.
Okay.
So,
Like,
no, same thing, stir it
I'll
up.
stir it.
Yeah, because you want to get it off the bottom. You want to get the oil coating around it.
Okay.
But continue.
Yeah, a lot of times, like, it'll just be a location, and then, like, whatever the lighting is, I'll work with it.
All right.
And I can always figure out something to do with the light, and it always turns out really well. But if they want specific type of lighting or whatever, I'm like, okay, we have to go at this time of day, or else we have to have these type of lights. But for me, it's literally just my backpack with my camera and my lens.
Okay.
And I do have 3 lenses that I primarily use. And it depends where I'm going and stuff, but basically 3 very fast lenses that I pack. And then obviously batteries and memory cards are very important too.
Yes.
But all my equipment, like even when I show up on set, all my equipment fits in a backpack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was because I was starting to like try to figure out a way to travel vlogs because we were starting to go places a bunch, and also when we went there, we'd be shooting with just different people. And so one of the things I would try to do was like, okay, get my drone because I love getting those drone shots.
Yeah.
Drone just makes things look cool.
Yep.
Then I bring the
It does.
GoPro because I don't always want to take the fucking Sony out, and that's because a Sony can break. GoPro I can throw it at a fucking wall.
Yep.
And the only other thing I would like is a 360 cam just to have some different shots. And I think those 4 things.
So you can just like stick it in your mouth while you're doing the cooking show.
And so you can see how it works.
I love that.
Yeah.
Why didn't you give me that?
To what? So
So I can just keep my mouth the entire time.
because we don't give the first timers that. We figure you're gonna cut your fucking fingers when you're doing it, you know? Oh my god, this is starting to smell really good. I haven't put the garlic in yet.
Yeah. I'm very excited for this. Should we turn that up more?
It's getting there.
Okay.
Don't be so pushy. Sometimes things take time. It's like taking a beautiful picture at night and having the exposure on too long. You know, you want to get that.
What a metaphor.
Yeah, and I was like, as I'm saying, I was like,
Wise words from Nathan Bronson.
Is exposure on too long or too little to make that long shot? It's on longer, right?
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing, but yeah.
Well, like,
you
let's
want
say-
like the streaking
Yeah, the
stars.
streak.
Yeah, it's a very long exposure.
I
You
was
did it.
right, fuckers. All you guys said, Nathan Bronson can't take a picture. Fuck you.
Who said that? That's mean of them.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's right.
You're not me, but
Yeah, I'm not you. I don't even try to proclaim that I'm you in any way, shape, or form. But what I can do is be in front of the camera a bunch.
yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, now it's starting to get some color.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. We might need a bigger fucking bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, we might.
And well, we're gonna figure it out, guys. We're gonna figure it out today.
I'm gonna text everyone that's at that party tonight and be like, I made the jambalaya, eat it.
Eat it. Eat it with your fucking face.
Put my food in your mouth.
Wrong. Right.
Love that for me.
So what are you doing tonight?
Tonight I am shooting, I will do a shameless plug,
Yeah.
for Float, which is incredible. It's like a silent disco meets city walking tour. One of my very good friends organizes it, but I'm shooting that for them. And it like Float's done so much for me over the past year that like I want to give back to it. The music's always awesome, and like it's very good for like introverted people, and like if you just like want to have like an experience to yourself because you got the headphones on, you don't really have to interact with anyone. But if you want to interact with people, there's definitely always people there that want to interact with you. And I don't know, there's people I've met at Float that like I literally only know from Float. I don't even know their names. But every time I go, it's like a family reunion. It's really nice.
So it's a what I'm still kind of like, what the fuck is a silent disco?
So silent disco is where everyone has headphones on, but you're all listening to the same music. So
Have you ever done this with a pan?
yeah, that's what I was asking if I
Yeah.
should do that.
Can you do a flip?
Not with one this big, I think.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Just getting loud.
There you go. Get a little smoky toasty.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're just gonna be like.
Oh yeah. So what are you saying?
Yeah, so like they have DJs that like do the music and basically, so I think the last float, it's also a workout. The last float I did, I think the loop was like maybe like 2.5 miles. But when I looked at my phone later, like they do like a tour. So it's like they pick a neighborhood. So like this one's gonna be through Venice. And so you basically like walk, it's a guided tour through Venice with like you're dancing and you have music in your headphones. You're like outside and like, it's not like you're in like a cramped space just like randomly dancing.
Uh-huh. So it's like a parade.
Kind of, yeah, like a walking parade of people at nighttime through different areas.
Okay.
And
So it is definitely a workout.
yeah. So like I said, like the last one I did, I think the loop was like 2.5 miles, and my phone read 6.5.
Oh shit.
So like by the time you're like dancing and moving around and like just getting into the music, you get done and you're just wiped out.
Well, then I'm glad you're gonna be able to have this Vicky dinner beforehand.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go work it all off.
Yeah, I mean, like, definitely, I hear what you're saying when you wanted the gnarly animal protein, but I think this is going to be just as good, because this will have the right amount of fats for your body to really make it through this.
What makes animal protein gnarly?
Huh? Well, no, the elk meat that we were going to get, the elk and bison.
Oh. Very much not a vegan.
Yeah. God bless you. Because we have some people come on this show. Tell me, I don't like it. And I'm like, I hate you so much. There we go.
About to try my cooking in Nathan Bronson style, so.
All right. Some tomato sauce.
That's what you tell them when they say they don't like it. You're like, well, you made it.
Yeah, you made it. Suck it up. Should have been better than that.
Be more polite. Don't waste food.
Yeah, right? No, they don't. All right, would you do me a favor? That's pretty good. All right. Why don't we throw all that rice, or actually pick up the rice, switch me spots. Let's start slowly mixing that rice into this.
Okay. Teamwork makes the dream work.
There you go. Oh my god, this is going to be such a huge meal.
I'm very excited for this. This looks fucking delicious.
You know, I keep dumping all the fucking...
Okay. You said slowly, so I was trying to go slowly.
I'm also what you call a liar. Alright, I'll throw it back there.
Love that for me.
What, the liar part?
Yeah. Kidding.
Alright.
Ooh. Whole thing?
Let's see. Start dumping it in. Interesting way to pour it.
That's how you're supposed to pour it.
From the top?
Yeah.
Or the bottom?
No, you're supposed to pour it from the top, so because it has to get air in it, and then you get the gluck, gluck, gluck. This way you can pour it slowly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't agree with your methods.
I learned it from YouTube. Maybe TikTok.
Let's see. We'll go ahead and stop that for a second.
Yep.
Let's throw the sausages in there. Oh, yeah.
Delicious.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I'm very excited for this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who's a dirty girl? Not you, though.
Yep. Pick that up.
Meat's gonna be done pretty soon. So what I think we should do, put that. Let's again
Cook the.
switch spots. Hold that. Ooh. You know, it's always nice when something is super hot.
Got my spatula ready for impact.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Switch places.
Yes.
Turn that one up to high again. Grab that one, stick that right there. Let's do a little avocado oil. And let's saute some of these guys. I'm not sure if they're gonna need much sauteing, but
Shrimps.
I think we're gonna do
Brown them up.
brown them up.
Oh yeah. Use some garlic. Love that. Do we eat a lot of mushrooms?
Like what kind?
Like Have you ever like foraged mushrooms? and,
No,
like,
I have
cooked
not.
them?
It's just one of those things that I never took the time to really get to know, and I'm not about to go fuck around with it. You know?
I have someone else that you could have on that would be able to do that with you.
What, forage
Like,
mushrooms?
That would bring over like foraged stuff and be like,
Oh, dude, I'm
like let's fuck it up.
I'm 100% into the idea of foraging food. I mean,
Yeah.
I was on a farm for a little bit. I went hunting. I like doing.
I'm not saying
this.
you're not for it. I'm just saying if you want someone to like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I would love to.
Lovely.
So let's go ahead and let's dump that in there.
My favorite type of mushroom is lion's mane.
I've heard a lot of good things about lion's mane.
It literally tastes like if a scallop was like infused with a cashew.
I'll stir that up.
Unbelievably, ridiculously good.
Go ahead. It gets aromatic.
Definitely aromatic. I'm hearing the sinuses.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this looks so good.
That's actually pretty full.
Got a tail in there.
Leave it like that. Did we? We try to get all the tails, guys.
Nathan's not as good as chasing tails he thinks he is.
Ha ha! Ow,
Zinger.
my heart. Let's do a little salt.
I got jokes.
You got jokes? Fuck yeah. So you used to hunt a lot, right?
I didn't hunt myself, but I had relatives that hunted. And then, like, I'm from a small town in the Midwest, so, like, farming, all that stuff, it's just inherently there.
Okay.
But yeah, I grew up eating, like, a lot of deer meat. One of my uncles would get turkey. I think I had squirrel and rabbit and all the things.
Yeah.
It's kind of a way of life.
Do you find it interesting that in America we have this weird issue where it's beef, chicken, pork, and some fish?
I mean, yes and no. Because I mean, one of the reasons that is just because market hunting is outlawed.
Well, yes, true. Oh, that's why I need it.
Yeah.
Bay
And
leaves.
farming deer can be actually dangerous.
Yeah, as we can see by, what's that thing that's
CWD.
going on right now?
CWD.
Yeah,
Chronic
CWD.
wasting disease. Yeah, I can talk about that for hours.
Well, actually, I mean, I think that's interesting to talk about just because, a little more oil. Because I don't think as many people know about what the problems are going on with the deer right now.
Yeah. And also, like, how it affects us.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. It's basically, it's the same thing as mad cow. Which is the same thing that, like, they found in Papua New Guinea that, like, it's a chronic wasting disease. It basically eats your brain. And it's a prion, which can, I think, live dormant in the soil for, like, up to 7 years. And it's transferred through saliva. So, like, a deer can munch on a piece of grass, and 7 years later, another deer can munch on a piece of grass and pick it up.
Yeah.
So there's, like, it's really difficult to control once it spreads. And mad cow is the same way. I think it got brought over here from, like, a deer in New Zealand.
Really?
I think is where they contact traced it back to. So it's actually from, like, the meat trade is how it got here. But the danger of it is, A, it's going to fuck up the deer populations.
Yep.
But B, if the prion does transfer to being a humanic-friendly protein, if it gets into our meat supply, that could fuck up our food source forever.
Yeah.
Like, and also, like, if it transfers to sheep or cattle, which are pretty closely related to deer, there's a good chance that, you know, that could cause major problems as well.
Yeah, and this
So-
is just something it's been happening the last, well, I think a couple of years, or like.
I think it's been like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, that's when I started hearing about it.
Since scientists like started like raising like alarm bells about it. But now it's becoming more and more prevalent because people are seeing it, and you can tell when a deer has it because it looks like a zombie deer.
Yeah, it's the one where all the shit's growing out of their face, right?
Sometimes stuff will be growing out of. Sometimes they'll have growth. Sometimes you'll just see like patches of fur missing.
Yeah.
Like they look like they're half dead when the disease like progresses.
Now, I'm not sure if this is the same one, because there's one where it's like these weird growths grow out of their face, and they have this shit where they almost can't even see, or sometimes they can't see at all.
That sounds like a papillomavirus.
Is that what it is? Yeah, they have this crazy thing. I just saw pictures of it the other day. I was like, God damn, what the fuck is going on that thing?
Yeah.
Because it looks just like a bunch of like weird, like callus built up.
Find a photo of it.
I don't even know how to look it up. I don't know
You
what to
don't have to
look up.
look it up. Just look up papillomavirus in deer and see if it comes up. So I mean, yeah, human papillomavirus, that's same as like HPV in humans, or
Yeah.
a cousin of it, but can cause weird growths, like it does in humans too. Yeah. Another funny anecdote, that's where the story of like the jackalope apparently originated.
Papilloma virus in deer. In beer, no.
That'd be strange.
Oh,
Beer
shit.
with weird growths, that never happens.
Yeah, let's see images. Yeah.
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 Papilloma virus. So basically they have warts.
Where's the...
Major warts.
Yeah, there's a...
Yeah, that's gnarly.
I'm sure if you guys can see.
Yeah.
Fucking... It's crazy, man. It's like, whoa. You guys got genital warts.
All over your body.
Yeah, all your body. Gross. Let's stir it up. See what's that.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. You want to turn a little heat up?
Yeah. You want to get them like
feel
kind of
good-
blackened, right?
Well, with these, we don't need to.
Okay.
As much. We just want to cook them, get the flavor on them. You know.
Thought we were here to burn shit, Nathan.
Well, don't worry. It's burning back there. Totally fine. Because you haven't checked on that in a while.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah,
I'm
well.
neglecting. Cajun food does better with neglect, right?
I think so.
It's like a succulent.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a succulent.
Ignore it for a
Just,
couple
yeah.
weeks, it's much more happy.
It's like a subby, little sub, you know? Yeah. I want
do you
your
get some
attention.
jokes?
Yeah, you want my attention now, you little fuck.
Yeah. Well, I got my paddle.
Yeah. That's the only thing you're good for, right? Yeah. Have you had much experience in BDSM?
I have.
Yeah?
Yeah. Started exploring that in my early 20s in very not safe ways, and then learned to be safe about it.
Yeah. It's interesting when you start learning a little bit more and more how to be safer and safer with it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it's the people you keep around you. Some people want to choke you out, and not for the reasons they should.
No. Not only not for the reasons they should, but not in the way that's safe, in a way that can actually hurt you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I hooked up with someone recently, and he tried to choke me, and I like literally grabbed his hand, and I was like, "Do you know how to do this?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, explain to me step by step how you do this safely." And he like could not. I was like, "Nope, we're not doing this. Like, I'm into it, yes. However, we can take a class."
Class time.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not here to teach you. If you want to go pay for a class, I'll go with you, though.
Well, fun thing. We are teaching a class right now. Would you explain to them, as a female who likes to be choked, what would you consider the proper way to be choked? And do you also think it depends on the person?
Sometimes.
Because I've had some girls where I'm
can
like, okay,
consensually-
I want to be
you can
here,
consensually
but then I've had
hit
some
someone.
girls want me to fucking throat chop them, and I'm like, weirdo. So
Weirdo.
yeah, I love doing MMA when I'm fucking too, I guess.
The biggest things about the throat is you have your hyoid bone, which is, it's only free floating bone in your body. And it connects under your ear on either side to your tongue and then to your esophagus. And to your trachea. So that bone is very fragile and very easy to break if you hit it right. So that's the biggest thing that you have to be
There we
concerned
go.
about. Yeah, now they're like getting sticky. That's what I was waiting for on the other
Yeah.
side. And so
little oil?
that's, like I said, that's the biggest thing you have to be concerned about when choking someone is not to break that. And also, like, I've had people like grab my trachea and squeeze it to cut off airflow. Breaking your trachea is not that difficult either. And those are just very like sensitive areas of your body. And if you cause damage, they take a very long time to heal.
Yeah.
And also, like, I don't want to go to the ER and have to explain that.
No,
Like, that doesn't sound fun to me.
I went to the ER
I mean,
once
maybe
and had
that's
a boner for too
someone's
long,
kink, so I don't know. But everyone's got their thing.
Don't want to judge. Real quick, just say that out loud.
And then a lot of guys who do like any type of like MMA, they know like to cut off airflow. And that can be something that people are into. They want that airflow cut off. And that's a different way of choking, which is like you block the carotids. And that can kind of like make you go woozy. But again, you should not be doing that with someone who does not properly understand your physiology.
Yep.
And then the other way is just pressure.
Yeah. So.
And that's really what I like. So trachea is here. You want to avoid that lower pressure. Yeah.
I was getting excited for a second.
I guess that's the most safe way. And don't use a lot of pressure unless your partner like actually asks you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always a fan of that. When a guy's like, "Can I do this?" And I'm like, "Yes, thank you for asking." Like,
Do you find it interesting that, like, and maybe this is somewhat on the people in my industry's fault, where guys will just take liberties in doing shit? Now, I've seen that on set, and I'm always so fucking blown away by guys' ability to just be like, oh, I'm just going to shove my finger in this girl's ass. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But how is it in normal life?
I mean, yeah, that definitely happens. And it's, especially like, it happens in normal sex all the time, I feel like.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, oh, he did this thing to me, and I wasn't sure if I was okay with it. And I'm like, well, he should have asked you. And they're like, well, that's not sexy. And I'm like, what's less sexy is being assaulted. But that's just me.
You know what's super not sexy? Rape.
Yeah.
We hit the issues here at fucking Cooking with Nathan.
But yeah, I mean, I'd rather have someone be like
I think it was pretty good. You
overly,
jump in
yeah. Oh, that's really hot. Can I get a thingamajig? No, you got it.
Get under it. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's before that burns up too bad. Now, what did I put in that last one? That's good.
Yeah, even when, like, I'm on a first date with someone and, like, someone, like, goes to, like, kiss me, I personally like permission to be asked.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I may just be being polite and staying on the date because I'm Midwestern, and I do that sometimes, and I don't know how to leave.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want this person touching me.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that seems like we have to teach, or not we, just people in general should know a little bit better, is don't just go in for things.
Yeah.
You know? Unless you 100% know. Even then, it's probably still good to ask. I remember the first time I was in a spot with her where I was like, maybe this could happen.
Uh-huh.
We're eating sushi, we've had a couple drinks, I'm like, hi, can I kiss you? And then everything else, I just banged her out. Oh, no.
Just quickly escalated from there.
Yeah, and it escalated from there. But, it's like I asked permission. It was,
Yeah.
I think that's a thing that you should do. Just because you don't want to be the guy
No.
who's like, no. Oh, I read that wrong. Oh.
Dodge. Like the head dodge.
It's like, what's more embarrassing, asking and she says no, or going in for it and then she says no?
Yeah.
Or better or worse, it's like go in for it and she does it and then she really hated it and you continue because she doesn't know how to say no and then she says things about you later. All those things seem...
You and Kate are making so much more sense to me now.
Yeah, right? Love you, Puddin'. Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, it's always fascinating being on the dating scene because I do have people like try to take liberties with me, and I have to like it's hard to like stand your ground and like hold your boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
In situations like that where someone just like assumes. Because I feel like as women we kind of gaslight ourselves about that too. It'd be like, well, I put myself in that situation, and it's like, well, no one should have done that without permission in the first place.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking about doing is throwing this chicken fat inside that.
I love that idea.
I think that'd be a marvelous idea.
I'm not mad at that at all.
So here's what I'm gonna do. Take time for that. Here's this. Put that on. You're going
Can I help you?
You're gonna grab this. Dump it in there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not
back
mad
down.
at that.
Good.
Yeah. And that's honestly like one thing that's so refreshing about being in the industry. And granted, I entered it at like
A better
in
time.
one of like the most and also like in one of the most professional settings of it too. Like I said, like the director I work with, he's lovely, but like one of the things he always asks is like the do's and don'ts conversation.
Yeah.
Which like usually it's, don'ts, and it's like, okay, talking about boundaries, that's all good. But then a lot of times he'll flat out ask me like, okay, what do you like?
Yeah.
And talk about like, what do you want? What will make this more pleasurable for you? Like, which I feel like that's a question that's often kind of taken for granted.
It's a question that I think is overlooked on most sets because at a certain point, it's not about what's going to be nice for you. It's going to be what gets the scene done. So as a camera person, you're not really giving a fuck if you feel good right now, which understand is not me saying a bad thing. Like we want them to.
It's just not it's not our job. Like
Yeah.
it's not necessarily the priority because we're there to get the content.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
you don't need to worry about that. That's honestly a job for the performers to try to do as best they can to make it nice for each other. Now that doesn't always happen
Yes.
at all, but it's like it's something you should try to do. One of the things I always ask. What do you like? What do you not like? What's this? What's that? And I try to do as best I can. Sometimes I can do it. Sometimes I can't.
That's why you're just such a peach, Nathan.
Yeah, but like it's you're trying to make this fun, Because didn't we get into this job because we don't like fucking working?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you don't like working in traditional sense, and this was a lot better.
Yeah, it's like I just
For some people.
Now there's also a lot of things I did not know about this job before getting in. I'm just like, oh, that's something. All right.
What are some examples of that?
Oh, just mostly the dick problems, girls not really wanting to fuck you. The list of just like you like back to your whole talk about bringing like polyamory, you bringing people together, right?
Yeah.
Well, imagine doing that with people who don't like you, don't like you the way you look, don't like the way you smell, don't like the way you talk.
Yeah.
And now we're trying to bring that together in a setting that makes it so we can have sex, but you can hate me the whole time, and I still have to do the job, It's just like,
yeah, and you have to like pretend there's chemistry and like try to like pull it out of thin air.
Oh my God, you're so pretty. Please keep working because you're numb as fuck right now. It's like things like that.
Yeah.
So-
That's got to be difficult.
Oh, so I'm guessing in your personal life you've actually had a guy maybe lose his wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens, right?
Shit happens.
What was it like seeing that on set for the first time? Because I'm guessing by now you've seen it.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I don't understand how, like, honestly, sometimes the male performers are the most impressive part. Because like I was explaining to someone the other day, like, oh, I could do porn. I'm really good at sex, and I'm like, the job is not being good at sex. that's not the job.
Preach it, girl. Preach it.
I'm like, the job is being able to keep your dick hard, even when you have to take breaks, even when the cameraman's like over your shoulder.
Yeah. Breathing
even when
in
there's
your
a
ear.
room full of yeah. And sometimes like under between your legs, like there's all types of situations as camera people that we get into.
Dude, I've literally had a camera guy right here just like this. Daddy loves you. And he says that to me as I'm like, thanks, bro. Cool.
Exactly.
It's nice
like,
to know that we're a family.
And also like, if like the girl has an issue or whatever, like sometimes people start like menstruating on set or like whatever the case may be, and they have to like take a break and step out, and that might be 15, 20 minutes. And then you either have to let yourself go hard and get erect again, or stay erect the entire time. And then also at the end of the scene, the director's gonna be like, okay, you got 2 minutes, not whenever. And basically come on command. And it's like, that's the job.
Yeah, it's having sex in very uncomfortable places.
Uncomfortable positions sometimes.
Uncomfortable positions for a long time with people who sometimes just don't want to fuck you.
Yeah.
With crews that don't give a fuck about you. They want to go watch the game. So, and it's got to be interesting, like going from when you're taking pictures of people having sex, like before you were in porn, taking pictures of people having sex, but that's not what you were taking. That's not what you're shooting. Then coming into a thing where you're actually shooting them have sex and seeing the normality of like, all right, what's my phone? Oh, fuck. Oh, my stocks are doing so shitty. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Hold your hair. Here you go.
Yeah. Or even like, I mean, there's obviously people who have varying sexualities doing porn that isn't necessarily their sexuality too. And so you have people like going off set and like watching whatever they need to watch to like get themselves pumped up, and then being there and being like, okay, gotta get through this. And then they'll be like done with the scene and be like, all right, thank God. Like, and it's just like, yeah, I mean, it happens. It's a job. Yeah. Not all jobs are glamorous. It's a part of the situation, but it happens.
How was it seeing someone shoot their dick up for the first time?
Oh, do I have to talk about that one?
Yeah, you gotta talk about it.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Do tell.
I had heard about it. So it was one of those things I'd never seen in person before until I was on an adult set.
Because understand, I was a swinger before this. I lived in that lifestyle. I never saw this because anyone who did it did not show they did it.
Exactly.
If you took a
They're
Viagra,
just like, I'm just a magical
you wouldn't.
person.
Yeah, I'm just hard for this long. What's up,
Can go for days.
Yeah, I can go for days. But
Literally, it'll be here for 3 days.
Yeah, but if we're here for more than 3 hours, my dick really starts to hurt. But like, yeah, what was that like seeing that? Because you're bringing now science into it and being like, Jesus Christ, this is
Yeah.
kind of graphic. Seeing a guy in the kitchen while we're shooting things, and everyone just like this.
Well, yeah, and it's not even necessarily the fact that they were like using the Trimex. It's hearing the descriptions of how the Trimex feels too.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the other thing. Because some people are like I had one performer talk about how it was painful. They're like, yeah, I don't feel anything.
Oh yeah.
Like my dick's just hard, and like this actually hurts. And I'm like, ooh, that's a lot. Like, you know, you don't. I never thought about that. You know. I mean, women kind of have it, not necessarily on that level. They have it much easier because it's much easier to be like, sure, I'm here. I'm not mad at it.
I'm mad at that. But I think that rice is good.
Yeah, women definitely have their own issues to contend with, but as far as like the actual performance part,
Yeah.
some lube and you're just like ready to go.
And understand, it's like we do, I'm not saying women do not have a hard time. Like if you ever go see a legal porno scene.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of pressures and like all the things.
Yeah,
but
well not only that, but you're I mean it's like we're shoving 3 dicks inside you. And that's just your bottom half.
Yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing. I want you to think about this. As a guy, you're not really the most stoked person to be the back person because it's 2, 1 laying down, 1 girl with a girl here, 1 guy over the top, and there's 1 guy that's coming in the back trying to move his leg far enough out of the way so you can kind of see that shot. You think he's naturally doing this? Fuck no. That sucks, man.
not very organic.
Not organic at all. So what?
Yeah, someone who's had a lot of threesomes, like seeing a porno threesome, very different.
Oh yeah.
Very different.
Very different.
A lot of choreography.
So much. And you know what? As a person who's gone and been around people who are not in the industry, and then they want to have a threesome or something, I end up coordinating the whole thing like I do with stunts. I'm like, all right, you go here, you go here. How you feeling now? Not the best? Okay, she's gonna be on top of you, making out with you. I'll come into the back, you know, and that way it's like we're keeping flow going.
Yeah. There's a lot of communication.
With the chicken, what I'm thinking about doing is just chopping the shit out of it, like little squares, and then we'll just top it in the top, just toss in the top. What do you think?
Okay.
So like, how would you want?
I don't know. I was thinking more like shredding it, but is it like?
It's not.
Okay.
I mean, we can kind of shred it.
Not mad at that either.
Not mad at that. Oh,
that is delicious. Yeah, I think that's gonna be better in bigger chunks because then you get the juiciness of it. You know, I feel like squares it's gonna absorb all the flavor, but also it's gonna get like, I don't know, a little tougher.
Well, those done?
Yeah, I think these are done.
Well then, done with that. Grab some chicken. So, you think about doing like photography most of your life? Because it's like I usually ask the question on the sense of like, what do people want to do? Like, do they want to stay in porn the rest of their life? But like, as a photographer, you really have a job. Let's see, how hot is this? Not hot at all. Would you move that thing over here? Let's go over the corner and then just shove that fucker over.
Yep.
Yeah, as a photographer, and just start doing this.
Shredder.
You can have a job for pretty much, you know, ever.
Yeah, it's something I can age with for sure.
Yeah, and you know, only get better with. Porn, not as much. You know, it's not a thing that stands the test of time. So, like, do you want to go from here, do something different? Like, what's in the future?
I don't know right now. The one thing
Zoology?
possibly, I can always fall back on that, which is fun. But I mean, the thing, especially with photography and like being in any type of creative field, I've learned is you have to adapt to like what opportunities you're given. Because at the end of the day, you have to make ends meet.
Yeah.
And being like scrappy and savvy, like I spent years like taking really shitty jobs.
Yeah.
And I love, like, I'm very appreciative of what I do now because I don't have to take those shitty jobs anymore and I can say no to that work.
Yes.
So having that freedom and balancing that out with like what opportunities I'm given can always be a challenge. But working in porn has been a really great experience so far. I would like to keep doing it, but you know, in the future, like if it doesn't wind up suiting me or if the industry changes or like all of these, you know, political things that are going on,
Like
stuff
what?
can always happen.
What political
have to
things do
learn-
you speak of?
And I can't really give a lot of opinions on them, but
Yeah.
we all know there's stuff as far as sex work goes that happens around the government with
Well, if
usually men that have no idea and also hire them.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, and this is from like mean guy like who was this? There's a couple directors out there who've been in for a very long time, right? Mm-hmm. And you're gonna hear the same things like, dude, this happens every couple of years.
Yeah.
It's just it's like banning guns.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. It's like it'll never go away, especially because the politicians that are organizing it often take part in the industry in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, or it's like we're gonna say this because our constituents would like this, but in the long run, and again, guys, this is coming from a porn person. I don't fucking know anything, but what I do know is I've seen this. Like now, I'm old enough to really see like, oh, this happened before. This happened before.
Yeah.
And just because Canada does it doesn't mean it's cool.
Yeah, Ricky.
Suck it. Take that, Ricky. Thank you so much for taking us out last night, Ricky. That was nice.
Yes, appreciate it, Ricky. Also, thanks for hiring me, Ricky. That's lovely of you.
He doesn't watch the show. He only watches VR porn, so.
Oh, it's good to know. That also makes so much sense.
Watches all my porn.
Yeah, all of it, every single
Well, I
video.
do a lot of VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of VR.
So you also shoot with him a lot.
Dude, not as much as I used to, actually.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm thinking. I think what do you think? Toss all this meat in with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
And
That's what it's going to be. It's going to be like
wait,
a
wait,
big.
wait. You want us to bring it right here?
Can you?
Yeah. I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's my show. Yeah. Boom, there.
Cute. Hey.
Oh my god, that looked good.
That's ridiculous.
All right, let's mix that. Oh no.
Excuse me. I'm sneezing today.
Let's take out one bay leaf. Take out. No, it's not.
Oh, did I put it in too quickly?
No. Oh my god.
Get overzealous sometimes.
Oh yeah. With this meal, I can see why. Oh, well.
This is ridiculous.
Oh, okay, put that in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Isn't Robbie vegan?
Not today.
Robbie, you will eat my food because it was made
Actually,
with love.
you know what, guys? This is a fun thing to talk about. I've realized this on my show. There has been a handful of vegans that come on. Mm-hmm. Two different things. One, would you mind stirring this for me?
Yeah.
I'll get some bowls. Shut up! Nobody's talking to you. But handful of things. One, people come to the show vegan. There is a 50% chance that in a month or two they will not be vegan anymore.
That's interesting.
Two that I can think off the top of my head, Robbie Echo and Lucky Fate, not vegan anymore. And I cooked them vegan food. I cooked them good vegan food. But the opportunity to see what real life is like it's pressure.
Real life.
And then not only that, but I've also had a couple people that call themselves vegetarian vegan, and I tell them the dishes that they eat aren't vegan or vegetarian.
Yeah.
Like, you know they put
That
chicken
happens a
broth in
lot.
that, right? And they're
Yeah.
like, what? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's where you're getting your little bit of protein that you actually do need.
Yeah. It's like, but I love it so much. I'm like, and it loves you, but.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, the thing with like the vegan diet stuff, like I've had a lot of health issues. I tried being vegan, it actually destroyed me. My
Yeah.
body does not do well without animal protein.
It's, dude,
It's an absolute necessity for me, and some people it's not.
yeah. And
Some people it's
can do
really
it.
not.
And God bless them, dude.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking shit on you. I understand that it is different for everyone. But what I am saying is, it's stupid.
Well, it's like a militant vegan attitude. It's a lot for me. Like you might be a little much.
Yeah, it's. But luckily enough, I have vegans in my life that I actually do love and care for.
Oh, 100%.
But I just, I will take that time to talk a little shit on them. So whatever.
It's like the militant vegan and the militant like polyamorous person
Yeah.
are kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Anyone who's so far one side or the other, it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what the nice thing about this
There's
is?
no nuance.
You don't really have to plate it.
Yeah. It looks delicious. Hi.
Someone's hungry.
She's begging.
Wait, where'd they go? One second. Whoop. And let's do a little bit of this.
Hey. This looks incredible, Nathan.
You made it.
I did. This is all me.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
All me. You're welcome.
Wow. I mean, thank you. I mean, I'm so happy that I have a show where I don't have to do this. Now I just gotta make another show where people wash my dishes.
Love that. Where's Ricky?
Down the street.
Okay, that's... I'm not upset.
Do you want to switch places, dude? We good?
Wait.
Oh.
There you go.
It's very hot, but very, very good.
Now, I was watching a handful of videos in jambalaya to try to get this right. One person said a jambalaya where you actually put fish into it is not a jambalaya.
Yeah.
Which I was like, the only times I've ever seen jambalaya is literally, it's got pork sausage and crawdads or fucking shrimp. And so it was like one of those things like, that doesn't seem right. But like either way, I didn't want the fish to overpower it. That's why I wanted to cook it separate and stick it at the end.
Yeah.
And I think we got all the andouille flavor.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? Good?
Yeah, we did very good.
Oh. One thing I think I would do is chop up the shrimp.
Yeah. I don't know though. I feel like that's kind of a thing you chop it up as you eat it because when you reheat shrimp and it's chopped up into little pieces, it doesn't stay that same texture.
Oh, the shrimp.
Yeah, so I'm about to.
All right.
Gonna drop into subspace eating this.
Fucking high five. Good job.
High five.
Hey.
That was a good one. There we go.
Tell them where they can find you there, I believe, right?
So, which one, Dante?
Number 2?
2?
Yeah. Tell them where they can find you, what you're doing, what's up next, all the cool stuff, what's going on, so we can eat this food
So
and
you
say.
can find me on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm Inamorata _photo. I'm sure they'll link it or whatever.
Yeah, sure will.
Yeah.
Where do you want it?
Huh?
Where do you want it?
Where do I want what?
Cock. Oh my God, huh?
The links. Like that.
The links?
Tell me here.
Yeah.
Tell me here. Tell me here.
Am I supposed to do that?
Apparently now you are.
Okay. My website is www.inamorataphoto.com. You can find my whole portfolio there. You'll see a huge range of naked women. It's lovely. I don't think I have actually any of my adult industry stuff on there yet, but it's coming soon.
Well, it's going to have me in it.
Yes, Nathan will be on my website eventually. That lovely threesome I shot with Grinders. And then, yeah, Twitter, Instagram, find me there for sure. If you go to Nathan's Twitter, you'll see it linked. Yeah.
And guys, thank you so much. This is guys, thank you so much. This is another episode of Cooking with Nathan. If you like the show, please like, subscribe, where the fucking button is. I'm guessing right here. Let's see. Wait, if I'm looking at the screen, I think that's where the like button is, right?
Is that I don't know.
Yeah, cool. Like button right there. Hit it, maybe, if you actually lasted this long. Good for you, my Twitch stream people. Thank you so much for coming on and watching this. Again, I know I sound like a broken record. Sooner or later, we're gonna have a solid day for this. I swear to God. And guys, also check out my merch. We're gonna be making more merch coming out very soon. And there will be a future of my cooking book so you guys can try and fucking figure out my spelling and then figure out how to do it because I ain't gonna put
It's basically going to
measurements.
be a puzzle.
Yeah, it's a puzzle. It's more like a puzzle book where I talk about food and then you have to try to understand what the fuck I'm saying. So guys, thank you again. Have a great day. Go cook something and then have sex. Bye.